Hi everyone. In the past few months, I realized something very scary about AI taking away my job. As a developer working in the IT, I had a fear that it would be less than 1 year for AI to take away my job. This comes looking at how dangerously AI has been evolving in the past few years. And the uncertainty got to a point that I couldn't bear it anymore. So I decided that I will run an experiment on my skills to check how much time is really left for me before AI replaces me. And in this video, I'll exactly be talking about what experiment I ran and what are the 3 important action items that gave me hope that I can keep myself relevant in the job longer than I thought. Now here's what I actually did. I put down all the tasks that I do at my job in a week in an Excel sheet and I went one by one. And at every task, I thought about 2 things. One, is AI able to achieve around 60 to 80% of efficiency in that task? And is AI able to do that in around 4 to 5 prompt iterations? Now, for any tasks, if these 2 criteria are met, then I went on to rate it around a 7 or 8 based on my practical experience. And once I started doing this, it got me even more nervous. The reason being, most of the tasks that I do, like the technical designs, coming up with technical designs, or the core development part of it, the testing part of it, and documentation part of my job, AI has been doing it very decently, and that made me even more nervous. But then I thought, if the existing tasks are being done by AI in a very efficient way, rather than trying to compete with it, what I will do is I will go on to do something else, something different that can elevate my position. And that's when I found these 3 action items that kind of gave me hope. Well, here is the first action item that I am adding to my list. Stop knowing the tool, start knowing the business. This might sound as one of the most cliche advices in the technical industry, but trust me, this is more relevant than ever. 3 years ago, I would simply accept the fact that I am the owner of whatever code is being implemented, and the owner of the business requirement is somebody else. And anything missing, I would just simply push back onto them and sit on my tasks. That cannot be done anymore. Now that you are given with an assistant that is doing all the tech tasks for you, if not completely to a major extent, the basic expectation would be for you to own the business tasks and know about the business side of things, the value that you're delivering, especially around where your code is actually fitting in and what problem it is solving for the business. And now this is not a good to have, but this is a must have. Now coming to the second action item that follows the first action item that we talked about is design the solution before you're asked to. Now, this might not sound very logical, especially if you're somebody working in the IT industry, in the tech industry specifically, long enough, because we have made our minds up to an order that there's a person that gives us the requirement about the product or somebody from the client, and then we take up that and then we give them the best, most efficient solution possible. However, if you just look at the 2 points that we talked about, one is that you have an assistant that is taking away a part of your work, if not all of your work, and also you're now spending time more on reading the requirements. It would be an easy advantage for you to enormously add to your value if you can just go and start giving recommendations about new solutions before they even come in as a part of the requirement. That would enormously add up to your value. The third action item that I will be adding to my list is that speed is non-negotiable. Now you might say, oh, it's so obvious that if AI is doing your tasks, everybody expects speed. But when I say speed is non-negotiable, I don't really mean the speed of execution of your daily tasks. It's also about the speed of taking decisions. Because even if you delegate all of your work to AI, and if you're still not able to decide on the bits and pieces that it returns, on where to fit in them and how to fit in them, how to stitch them together to get to your finalized solution, you're still going to waste a lot of time. And I have did that myself sometimes. So the third action item that I would be taking up is to be decisive about what are the exact pieces of my solutions that I give to AI. And once it gives back me those solutions, how I put them in with all the business knowledge that I have acquired in the last 2 steps. Now going back to the initial question that I had, which is how long would it be for AI to replace me? Well, as I said, that would be the wrong question to ask. The right question to ask is what are the extra action items that I can do to make myself more relevant and elevate my value. So in conclusion, if there is 2 things that I think in conclusion that I will be adopting going forward along with the 3 principles is design earlier and decide faster. This is something that fits with the 3 action items that I spoke about. So this is what these are my takeaways from the analysis that I did on my skills and my daily tasks. And based on your role, you might have a slightly different set of tasks and skills that you are actively working on. But this experiment is something that you can quickly run, and it's worth running on yourself. So this is what I had to share for this video. Do let me know if you have any feedback in the comments below, and consider liking and sharing this video if you like the perspectives that I shared in this video. Thank you.